Hey, welcome to this beautiful tutorial session where I'll be sharing with you 5 powerful using Deepseek in research. Now, Deepseek is such a powerful AI model that is currently doing wonders around several fields. And in research, it is one of the very powerful tools we have out there. Now, however, so many persons I have seen online, so many mentors, so many influencers are not using this tool right. I find such things like humanizing AI right up in research. I find things like using AI to write your thesis or paper. Hey, all of that is unethical. AI is a tool. It is not supposed to replace your ability as a researcher. It's not supposed to do the core writing for you. There are some very powerful things it can help you do, and that is what I want to share with you in this video. That's what I want to teach you. I want to show you step by step how you can access and amass the power of DeepSeek and use it ethically in research. That is, use it without getting busted. Now, so many persons out there are being disciplined, penalized for using AI wrongly, and some are even using DeepSeek, but are using it wrongly. So in this video, I want to stick to this video. You want to watch this to the end so that I will show you the 5 basic things, the 5 powerful things DeepSeek can do for you. What are the things? One, DeepSeek can choose a researchable topic for you. It's one of its very powerful ability. Two, it can create an outline for you, and that also will be very ethical. It could help you review your research. Yes, review of your research. It could help you with data analysis and computation. It could help you analyze research images and visuals. These are the very 5 powerful things DeepSeek can do for you. Now let's get to DeepSeek and see how to do each of these 5 powerful things that is possible with DeepSeek. So let's dive into the first, how to use DeepSeek to find researchable research topics for thesis, for research papers. Now, DeepSeek has this prompt bar, and to get the best out of DeepSeek, you need to be very descriptive. You need to tell um, DeepSeek some background about you, about your research interests, and what you want it to help you do. So, if I want to use DeepSeek to find and refine a research topic, this is what I would typically put in there. I would do that. I would say I am a graduate of physics with research interest in the use of photonics in optical communication. I am interested in the future applications of this concept and how theoretical physics, this is theoretical physics, you need to put that properly. Theoretical physics concepts can explain them. Suggest and refine 5 researchable topics for paper publication within this interest for me. And when you are done with that, very descriptive, giving it the right background, you click on enter, and DeepSeek would get to do that for you. It's going to give you some very beautiful research topics. It's going to explain these topics for you. It's going to give you some theoretical connection. Now, remember that you mentioned future perspective, and so all of the things he's mentioning here are the future of research around optical communication. And he's going to give you some tips. He's going to tell you look at interdisciplinary approaches, look at experimental validation, and these are very beautiful. Of course, if you're within this field, quantum key distribution and optical computing network is the future. I can explore the role of quantum entanglement and superposition in ensuring secured communication, develop simulations or experimental setup to demonstrate this feasibility and all of that. Non-linear optical effects in that. And you can just pick these topics, begin to work around them because these are very researchable topics. These are well defined topics, and this is the future of optical communication. And remember, you have mentioned that you were interested in the theoretical part of it. And so all of the things it is mentioning here are theoretical. This is the theoretical perspective of these topics. So if you wanted it to be experimental, of course, this guy would do that for you. And this is how you use Deepseek to find researchable topics for your papers, for your PhD thesis, master's thesis, or the likes. Let's quickly dive into the second, how you use DeepSeek to find a outline, get an outline that helps you overcome writer's block. Say I am interested in this topic. I would just pick up that topic and put it up to DeepSeek, still in that same space. And remember, I am so interested in the theoretical part of it. So I want to study the quantum confinement effect and exiting dynamics in quantum dot. And I want to investigate the use of quantum dot as efficient um, single photon sources for quantum communication and optical computing. And so this is where I am. I would say I am interested. I'm interested in this topic. Refine it further, and give me a detailed outline. And this guy is going to do that. He's going to refine the topic further, and is going to make it beautiful, and of course gives you an outline. So this is topic design and optimization of quantum dot based single photon sources for high efficiency optical communication. And this topic focuses on the development and application of that, and it's going to give you an outline, background, motivation, research objective, theoretical formulation, theoretical models, material and types, application method, and all of that. Now that it's missing that for both theoretical and experimental research. I'll now say, okay, refine for a theoretical paper and in the IMRAD structure. And it's going to give me a very good work. It's going to get that out for me. It's going to refine that paper to a theoretical paper, taking out the experimental part of it and all of the experimental setup, and it's going to make it just a theoretical paper, theoretical design, and all of that, and all of that. It's going to give me an introduction where I should discuss a background. I should discuss quantum dots as single photon sources and theoretical significance. I should have a theoretical framework for the part two of it, where I describe the theoretical method for the behavior of that, including exiting and by exiting, and the mathematical tool, the results, and optimal show. So from what you are already seeing there, I have a paper direction. I have a paper outline. And so I can just pick up this outline and begin to develop them one after the other, looking out for relevant sources, looking out for relevant papers around this concept. And this paper, I have an idea, has a step-by-step sequence from which I could use to research, write, and get this paper ready and present out there for publication. And so this is Deepseek helping you create an outline for your paper. Deepseek can do more. So let's see the next part of what Deepseek can do for you as a researcher in the game of research. So in the third use of DeepSeek in research, we want to see how we can use DeepSeek to review our paper before submission. So you've written a very good paper by all your understanding. You have this beautiful paper. You have written it quite well. Your mathematics is sound. Your graphs, visuals, presentation, results have been beautifully put together, computed, and laid around this paper. but you don't know if this paper is ready for submission yet. You don't know if it's a good work. You want to get Deepseek to help you review this paper, suggest possible journals you can publish it, and tell you all the beautiful things you've written to see if they are good enough. So let's get there and see if this is good enough for publication. Let's see Deepseek and get its opinion on the stability of this paper. Okay, so you get to Deepseek and you just click on this button and you upload the paper to Deepseek and you wait for it to quickly upload. When it finishes, you ask Deepseek, do you understand the content of the attached? And you're going to just hit on enter. And if it appreciates, if it understands the content of the paper, it's going to mention it to you. It's going to tell you, oh, guy, I understand the content. He said, yes, I understand the content of this paper. This is what you have discussed in this paper. This is the introduction. This is the theoretical framework. All the things you've mentioned, the effects you've studied. It's going to give you a very good understanding, a very good appreciation of every part of that paper, and it's going to give you a conclusion. Okay, so you now say this act as a seasoned reviewer, journal reviewer for a journal and review this paper. Oh, wow, this is a beautiful part of this model. It's going to act as a reviewer. It's going to give you a very good review of this paper. It will dissect the paper. It will pull it apart and give you a general assessment, give you a specific assessment. It's going to do everything just beautiful. It's going to look at relevance for novelty. This paper addresses a significant gap in the literature. It has a very good theoretical rigor and it has some weaknesses. This is a beautiful one. The mathematical formulation, while rigorous, are dense and could be challenging for readers who are not experts in that. The figures and that the terms are not well defined, and the depth of analysis. Other part discusses that, and it's giving you a very beautiful weaknesses of this paper that you should assess, and it's going to give you specific comments. It's going to pick out the equations one after the other and tell you, oh, this one is not good, oh, this one is exact, and it's going to give you recommendation for revision, just as a journal reviewer would do, and it's going to give you an overall recommendation for this paper, and that's beautiful. It's going to say, oh, this paper is a good work, but go and revise this part. And if you revise this part, you would have put out a very beautiful paper, a very robust paper for publication. Now, what else can this do for you? What else can it do for you? Remember, I said this paper can do, or this model can do computation and analysis of data. So you want to say, I want analysis of the data computed and visualize. Give me Python codes that executes this, and it's going to write for you a very beautiful Python code. Yes, it analyzes data for you. It's going to look at the data you have in that paper. It's going to give you Python codes that you can put to Colab and begin to generate very beautiful visuals, very beautiful plots for your work. This tool has that ability. And then there's one last thing it can do. It can analyze your model. Is going to create for me very powerful Python codes, very beautiful Python codes that I can just copy and put onto any of the Python executing environment, and I'll find plots, very beautiful plots at that matter. Now, this is how you get to deploy Deepseek to every part of research, and this is ethical. There is no case of plagiarism in all of this?